I froze when I saw the shovel. It was almost midnight, and my younger brother was standing in our backyard, digging a deep hole under the old mango tree. His clothes were covered in dirt. His hands were shaking. Then he looked over his shoulder and whispered, "You weren't supposed to see this." For one terrifying second, I thought he had killed someone. I took a step back. My heart was pounding so hard that I could hear it. Then I noticed something lying beside him, a rusty metal box. And suddenly, my brother said something that changed everything. "This isn't my secret, Ethan. It's Dad's." But before we start today's story, please subscribe to the channel and like this video. My name is Ethan Walker, and I'm 32 years old. I wish I could tell you that I stayed calm that night. I didn't. I thought my brother Ryan had lost his mind. Ryan was 28 and usually the most rational person I knew. He worked as an electrician, avoided trouble, and hated doing anything dramatic. Yet there he was, in the middle of the night, secretly digging in our backyard like he was hiding a body. "Ryan," I said carefully, "what's going on?" He looked pale. "You should go back inside." "No," he sighed and wiped sweat from his forehead. "You don't understand." "Then explain it." Instead of answering, he stared at the metal box. I recognized it immediately. It was old, covered with rust, and had a broken handle. I was certain I had never seen it before, but something about it felt strangely familiar. Then Ryan said, "Dad buried this years ago." I blinked. "What?" "He buried it under this tree." I laughed nervously. "Dad's been dead for 5 years, I know." "Then how do you know he buried it?" Ryan's face changed. "Because I saw him." The air suddenly felt cold. I stared at him. "You saw him bury this?" He nodded. "When?" "I was 12. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Our father had been a strict but loving man. He worked long hours, never talked much about his past, and hated discussing family secrets. He died from a heart attack when I was 27. In all those years, he had never mentioned burying anything in our backyard. "So why are you digging it up now?" I asked. Ryan looked away. "Because Dad left me a letter." I frowned. "What letter?" "A letter that arrived today." I stared at him. "Today," he nodded. "Who sent it?" "I don't know." He reached into his jacket and handed me an envelope. My hands trembled. On the front were only 3 words. "For Ryan alone." I slowly opened it. Inside was a single sheet of paper. "Ryan, if you're reading this, then I'm gone. Go to the backyard after midnight. Dig beneath the mango tree. Bring Ethan with you if you trust him. Do not let anyone else see what is inside, Dad." I read it twice, then a third time. My skin crawled. This had to be some kind of joke, but it couldn't be. The handwriting was unmistakable. It was our father's. I'd seen it thousands of times growing up. I looked at Ryan. "How is this possible?" "I don't know." "Where did you get this?" "It was in my mailbox when I came home from work." I suddenly had another question. "If Dad wanted me there, why didn't you tell me?" He looked guilty. "Because I wasn't sure I trusted you. I felt like he had punched me." "What?" He looked down. "You left home early, Ethan. You moved away. You hardly visited. Dad and I stayed here together." I couldn't answer, because part of it was true. After college, I moved to another state for work. I came home occasionally, but Ryan had spent years taking care of our father. I always carried guilt over that. "I'm sorry," he said quietly. "I just didn't know if this was something Dad wanted kept private." For a long moment, neither of us spoke. Then I looked at the box. "Open it." Ryan swallowed hard. "What if we shouldn't? You already dug it up." He nodded slowly. Together we knelt beside the box. He brushed dirt away and lifted the lid. It creaked. Inside were several things. An old photograph, a small key, a folded map, and another envelope. The photograph made my heart stop. It showed our father, but he wasn't alone. Standing beside him was a woman I had never seen before, and between them stood a little girl. The girl looked about 6 years old. She was smiling. Our father had his hand on her shoulder. I looked at Ryan. "Who are they?" He looked just as shocked. "I've never seen them before." Then I opened the second envelope. There was another letter. My hands shook as I unfolded it. "My sons, if you've found this, then I've kept my secret long enough. The little girl in the photograph is your sister." I couldn't breathe. I looked at Ryan. His face had gone completely white. "We didn't have a sister. At least, we thought we didn't." I continued reading. "Her name is Lily, and if she's still alive, she has been looking for this box for many years." Suddenly, we heard something behind us. Crunch. A branch snapped. Ryan and I turned around. Someone was standing at the edge of our backyard, watching us. And in the moonlight, I saw that it was a woman. She was holding another photograph in her hand. Then she spoke. "I've been searching for that box my entire life." And when she stepped forward, I felt my blood turn cold. Because she looked exactly like our father. For several seconds, nobody moved. The woman stood near the fence, staring at us in the metal box. She looked like a younger version of our father, the same eyes, the same nose. Even the way she tilted her head was exactly like him. Ryan slowly stood up. "Who are you?" he asked. The woman swallowed hard. "My name is Lily Carter." I felt my stomach drop. The name from the letter. Our sister. She looked at the photograph in my hand and tears filled her eyes. "He kept it," she whispered. I looked at Ryan. Neither of us knew what to say. This couldn't be real. Our father had never mentioned another child. Never. Lily took a shaky breath. "I know this is a lot. Believe me, it's a lot for me too." "You're saying, our sister?" I asked. She nodded. "Half-sister." I looked down at the photograph again. My mind couldn't catch up. "How did you know we were here?" Ryan asked. She held up an old envelope. "Because I got a letter too." She handed it to him.
Ryan opened it.
"Lily, if you're reading this, then I no longer have the courage to tell the truth myself. Go to the old house after midnight on June 25th. My sons will find the box. It's finally time for all of you to know everything." Dad, I couldn't believe it. Even after his death, our father had somehow brought us together. Lily wiped tears from her eyes. "I've spent years looking for him." "You knew about him?" I asked. She nodded. "My mother told me everything before she died." She sat on the grass. For the first time, she looked less like a stranger and more like someone carrying years of pain. "My mom and your father met when they were young. They fell in love. She became pregnant with me. She looked at us, but your grandparents hated her. She came from a poor family. They threatened to cut him off completely if he stayed with her." I felt sick. Our grandparents had always been strict and controlling. "I don't understand," Ryan said. "Then why didn't he marry her?" Lily looked down. "He tried, but my mother left." "She left him?" She nodded. "She didn't want him choosing between his family and his child. She thought she'd only make his life harder." I was speechless. She continued. "She moved away and raised me alone." "Did Dad know where you were?" I asked. "No." My mother refused to tell him. She took a deep breath. "But before she died 3 years ago, she gave me a box filled with old letters." She reached into her bag and pulled out a bundle of papers tied together with a ribbon. "They were all from your father." She handed me one. I unfolded it carefully. It was addressed to Lily. "I never got to hold you. I don't know if I'll ever see you. But not a day passes when I don't think about you." My vision blurred. I looked at another letter. "Happy 7th birthday, Lily. I bought you a doll today. I know I'll never give it to you, but buying it made me feel close to you." I couldn't read anymore. The man I thought I knew suddenly seemed like a complete stranger. Ryan's eyes were red. "He loved you," he said softly. Lily nodded. "I know." Then she looked at the metal box. "He told me there was something buried here that belonged to me." I remembered the key. I handed it to her. She stared at it. Tears immediately rolled down her face. "Oh my God, you know this key?" I asked. "My mother told me about it." She took the folded map from the box and opened it. It showed our town. One location was circled in red. I recognized it instantly. "Dad's storage unit," I whispered. Ryan looked at me. "The one near the train station?" I nodded. Lily covered her mouth. "He saved it." "Saved what?" I asked. She looked up at me. "My mother's things." The next morning, we drove to the storage facility together. The manager looked through his records, then he smiled. "Unit 72. It's been paid in advance for years." I stared at him. "Paid by who?" He checked again. "Daniel Walker, our father." Even after all these years, he had been paying for it. My chest tightened. The manager opened the unit. We all stood there silently. Inside were dozens of boxes. There were photo albums, children's books, toys, birthday cards, baby clothes, even a pink bicycle. Lily suddenly burst into tears. Every single item had her name written on it. Our father had spent years buying gifts for a daughter he couldn't even see. Ryan began crying too. I wasn't far behind. Then I noticed something sitting on a small table. A video camera. Beside it was a note. "For all 3 of my children." My hands trembled. There was also a DVD. The manager found an old player in his office. We sat together and watched. Then our father's face appeared on the screen. He looked older than I remembered. He smiled sadly. "If you're watching this, then my secret is finally out." I couldn't breathe. He looked directly into the camera. "Ethan, Ryan, I'm sorry for lying to you." He paused. "And Lily, my little girl, I'm sorry I wasn't brave enough." Lily started crying again. Our father took a deep breath. "I spent my entire life regretting one decision. I should have fought harder for you. I should have searched longer. I should have ignored everyone and found my daughter." His voice broke. "I failed. I wiped my eyes." He continued. "But I don't want my children paying for my mistakes. Your family. Whether you grew up together or not, your blood is the same. Your hearts are connected." He smiled softly. "If this video reached you, then maybe I did one thing right. Maybe I managed to bring you together." Then he looked directly at the camera again. "Please don't waste time the way I did. Love each other while you still can. Secrets steal years that you'll never get back." The video ended. Nobody spoke. The room was completely silent. Then Lily whispered something that shattered me. I always wondered what his voice sounded like. I looked at her. For 30 years, she had lived without her father, and we had lived without knowing she existed. I walked over and hugged her. A second later, Ryan joined us. The three of us stood there crying. Strangely, it didn't feel like meeting a stranger. It felt like finding someone who had always been missing. That was 1 year ago. Today, Lily lives only 20 minutes away from me. Ryan visits her almost every weekend. We celebrate birthdays together. We eat dinner together. And every year on Dad's birthday, the three of us sit under the old mango tree. We tell stories about him. Some make us laugh. Some make us cry. But none of us leave with regrets. Because our father gave us one final gift. He gave us each other. And if I learned anything from that night, it's this. The truth has a strange way of finding the light, no matter how deeply it's buried. Secrets may protect us for a while, but they also steal precious years. Love the people who matter, say the things that need to be said, and never wait for tomorrow to become a family. Sometimes the greatest treasure hidden in the ground isn't money or evidence. It's the people you never knew you were missing. If this story touched your heart, take a moment to think about the people and memories you never want to lose. And if you enjoy emotional stories with powerful twists and meaningful lessons, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with someone who means home to you. I'll see you in the next story.